This must be take 12 at this point, okay? Raise your hand if you would like to be married, engaged, or you're currently married. I'm sensing about 3 billion hands being raised right now. And that's a beautiful thing. But in reality, almost 50% of all marriages will end in divorce or separation based off the latest divorce statistics. And as a happily unmarried, yet eligible as fuck contender, I set myself to pick the brains of some happily married and some single as fuck yet qualified romantics to pick their brains and unpack the why behind their desires on marriage. Because too often, people are seeking after the idea of marriage and long-term relationships that are based off of false pretenses. Nailed it.
God damn it, God damn it, God damn it.
Also, I believe we spend way too much time fantasizing and dreaming and looking for our ideal or perfect partner. And not enough time, if any, unpacking the why behind our desires and what we can actually bring to a table for a long-term commitment. Yeah, I know. I'm getting all deep and psychological and shit. But trust me, this is still another funny as fuck episode. So as always, kick back, relax, turn your TVs, computers up, like, comment, and subscribe, and join me in another relatable as fuck conversation. Welcome to Pass The Bluntness. Like I tell each and every person, there's no right or wrong answers, just your honest and open truth and your perspective. And this episode is entitled Forever Ever, Forever Ever. And on this episode, we are unpacking the why behind marriage. My first question to you is...
Forever Ever? Forever Ever?
Yes. Do you all want to be married? Why or why not?
Whoa, that was your first question? I thought you just asked a different one. Wow, that's a real one.
Yes, I mean, I feel like that's like every girl's dream one day.
Yes, of course. I mean, I think it is the idea that we received when we were young, but who wouldn't want to be in love?
Growing up, single parent home, you know, I want something that I guess you would call like a fairy tale.
If you can find somebody in this life that, you know, can live every day with you and not get annoyed, that's special.
I do. Being born in the South, ideally, that's what we're like brought up to believe is the right way. Yes.
Okay, a little hesitation.
Somebody who's passionate about just a spouse, a lover, you can also go in another way. I would love to have that soulmate one day, but I would also marry somebody for a business move as well.
I do not want to be married and choose not to marry someone and permanently put them in a situation where we both may be unhappy eventually.
And I feel like it's kind of a cop-out by saying I'm undecided. If you find someone that the stars align and you both have the same perspective and foundation of what a relationship looks like, and you agree on that. And
marriage is something, as a woman and as a girl, it's kind of like ingrained in you, is that it's something you should aspire to and do. And I've learned my own definition of like what I want in my life. I could be married, I could not be married. I don't feel as strongly about marriage as I did growing up.
Yeah, and I would say as, you know, two people that are from the South where marriage is very, you know, prominent, people really, you know, like she said, aspire to it. I think as I've grown myself and I've seen relationships develop, I don't necessarily know whether or not marriage is the right choice.
Only if I can find someone who has the same moral beliefs in marriage as I do, which is I see a lot of people who get married just because they're still cheating, so what's the point?
Why did you all get married?
One thing led to another. We liked a lot of the same things, and we also had a lot of big differences. But I think that I looked at her and I was like, yeah, I want you to be my, best friend forever. And we should just get married. We were very young. I was 21 when I got married. We just felt like it was the time.
Oh, I just see the way she's a loving person and a caring person. And I know that, you know, when it comes to having children, because I'm a guy who want to have kids, I want to make sure that I have like a healthy household. And I know that she'll be a great mother to my kids, which she is. She's a great mother already. My son just turned 7 months. And, you know, she's been the MVP of his life and MVP of my life. And I married my wife because I love you. I just love you.
Thank you. That was sweet. I married Jerry because, I mean, for one, I fell in love with him, and I mean, after that, I got to a point where I couldn't see my life without him. So
I fell in love with you too. I meant to say that. Just put that out there.
What are your intentions of being a spouse to someone since you want to be married?
My intentions to be a spouse to someone? What are my intentions for my partner?
No, what's your intentions as a partner that you're going to be? Like, what do you intend to bring to the table since you want to be married? I know we don't talk about what we're going to bring. We usually talk about what we want people to bring to us, but what are your intentions to bring to your spouse?
My spouse? Damn, that's a good question.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. Like, I'm gonna be the best wife ever. Hopefully, you know, we're gonna go into this, you know, wanting to both be one. So, I mean, whatever it takes, I mean, I want us to be on the same level, you know. So, I mean, I guess I'm cooking.
to provide something that only I could give to them.
Being a protector, a provider, as cliche as it sounds, in sickness and in health. Being someone who's always there for my wife.
I'm all about partnership, which to me centers more equality. Like it is a shared thing, it's a joint thing. We make decisions together. We try to keep it gender neutral as far as like duties in the household. We do what we are best at, and we talk about that all the time. It's like, if I'm better at cooking, like, I'm gonna do the cooking. Like, if you were, I would hope that you would, but you know, that's not the case.
You're the best wife ever, of course, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I feel like I'm a Pisces, and I hate to bring it to like the zodiac thing, but like we're lovers and we're giving. So like I would always want to make sure that I'm there for my partner mentally, spiritually, physically. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be a friendship there too.
Has any part of your identity shifted or changed since being married? If so, what?
Yeah, shit. So I got married pretty young. I got married when I was 22. So like almost 9 years. When you're married, it's like a choice. It's like somebody got your attention. It's like it's bigger than just having a girlfriend you see every once a week or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you live with now is somebody that's like becoming your partner. So I think the biggest change was having to like see what I needed to do, which was lay off of being this boy stage, kicking it with the homies and the friends, and giving the attention to somebody that really loves and deserves that love back.
Interesting journey in my marriage, I can tell you that right now. Like, we were dealing with things that we didn't deal with when we were dating, you know? Like, so all those things start to like change how you feel about each other. But it's always like leveling up. Let's keep leveling up. Like, let's not get comfortable.
I know one of the biggest changes for me, and I look at my wife now as like my family. She's like, I know I got my mother here, and then it's my wife right there. They're like on
your mom and then your wife.
Huh?
Well, that's another topic.
What is your definition of a prenup?
Prenup.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. What's my definition of a prenup?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
A definition of a prenup.
Wow, I did not study for this test.
My definition of a prenup, I mean, that's kind of hard nowadays. I mean, as a prenup law, your spouse, you know, takes half or doesn't take half, whether you sign that or not. I don't know. You know, that's actually a pretty hard question.
The legal terms of it can't give you that exact definition, but a prenup is a document where you basically you own your own money.
My definition of a prenup.
Mm-hmm. How would you define it?
An insurance plan. Necessity. It keeps your relationship finesse proof. In the age of the age that we're in right now, where everyone's, you know, niggas finessing females, you know, females finessing niggas, you know, I'm in my bag, in your bag, you know, it allows for you to ensure that you're unfinessable. No hot girl summers over here. No hot girl summers. You know, you still broke girl summer. Still broke girl summer because I'm on prenup.
Do you believe a prenup is worth considering when planning a healthy marriage?
I think it's kind of calculated, but then again, there are a lot of parts of marriage that's calculated. And ooh, that's a hard one. I think that well, if I was going to enter a traditional relationship and be married, I believe that I would want it to be a two-way road. So I feel like prenup kind of established that legally and established that in a calculative way, but that's an establishment that's clear.
I would say no, but it really just depends on like your career.
No. However, like, I feel like it just kind of depends on, I guess, the individuals. I would not look into it like that. I'm not that type of person. You know, even like when it's talking to a guy and, you know, you're single and you're dating, I'm not looking for somebody just for their money and stuff like that. So prenup, I'm not really into, you know, but I guess it just depends on what level you guys are on.
No. That's just shows to me like not trustworthy in a way. But since we're in America, I guess prenup is an essential to have because she has hers and you have yours, but you're supposed to be at one. But I guess with divorce, I guess it's common to do. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want it. I know she probably would. Shit. Stack your paper, shorty. You heard?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I don't want the state to decide what should happen with my marriage. Like, I want to have say for the end. If we were to get married or decide, like, I think that would be an absolute. Yeah. I mean, when we first got together, I remember him saying, like, and if we done, this computer is mine. And I'm like,
TV now.
Okay,
the 70 inches,
the computer, like whatever.
I'm
but
keeping the TV off top.
So you already made it clear, like where you stand.
Yeah. I wouldn't make my future wife sign a prenup if she didn't want. I don't even think I'd bring it up. I truly feel as if like if you're gonna sign a prenup, then you're kind of like predicting the future in a sense, a little bit, because it's like you're setting up for a problem that might not happen.
Tricky. I mean, if you want to. If you go into a marriage thinking about prenup, I don't even think you should be going into that marriage. Yeah. Because that means you're going in there like, damn, this shit might not work and this shit might stab me in my back.
If I ever loved you, ever, at any point, right, I should be able to get back to that point where, like, you know what? At this point, I loved you at this point, and, like, look, if what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine, this is how we're doing it, then that's fine. But we figure it out, but we didn't think about all that shit. Like, shit, I was a college kid, I was broke.
Say if I met my wife when I had $200 million and she came with a bag. Just a bag.
An overnight bag.
Overnight bag. We're gonna have some discussions. How, you know, if things do split, this is how things are gonna be.
If I came in and I had millions of dollars and then, you know, I was making more than you, then yeah, I'm gonna wanna
Protect yourself.
Protect mine.
But you wouldn't want to do it to me though, would you?
What? Yes.
Why would you want to do it to me though?
You would do it to me.
But it's different, baby.
No.
Statistically, almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in a divorce or separation. How will you know that you're ready for marriage?
Well, all statistics statistics are screwed just because people are. So I'm not gonna put myself up against any type of statistic.
Based off that statistic, nobody knows. I mean, shit, half the people who thought they knew don't know.
I'm not looking for marriage now. I'm 27 years old, so for me, a lot of my people are. They're doing what they're doing, but I still haven't found my path in life that's gonna bring me to da-da-da-da-da. So for right now, I feel like the focus needs to be on me, but I will know once the time is right. And I believe in timing and opportunity. So I believe at a certain point in my life, career, where I have been able to live for myself and not worry about how that affects everybody else for a certain amount of time, I will then be able to give more of myself to somebody else.
Depending on whether it's a prenup or not, that's a financial L, it's an emotional L. I'm an emotional person, so like if I'm my heart broke, it's gonna slow up everything else that I'm doing. It's gonna make my progress stagnant, at least temporarily. So if I'm willing to risk all of that for the sake of getting married, so pretty much acknowledging my relationship with the government, then that's when I'll be ready. Which I'm not sure if that's ever gonna happen.
Under what circumstances would you consider filing for a divorce?
Oh, Lord, child. Oh, I mean, when trust is broken, like
when I've exceeded all of the different choices, or not even choices, the different ways to fix the problem.
If she becomes lazy.
Lazy, mentally, physically,
everything.
sexually?
Everything.
I would have to probably say if it's repeated cheating. I think marriage is not what we think it's going to be. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be all peachy. I think there's going to be things that we're going to have to deal with each other. But I'm not saying if someone cheated on me one time that I might end a divorce, because we made a vow to be with each other through thickness and thin.
Black men don't cheat.
But if it's something that's just repeated, I think repeated cheating would be the reason why I would file for a divorce.
The first time cheating?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Get the hell out of my house. The fuck? My goal is to completely give you everything that you need, so you don't have to go anywhere else.
Black men don't cheat.
And if I'm not doing that, you let me know ahead of time so we can, cut that. You feel me?
She cheats on me. It's a wrap. I'll play that.
First time?
Huh?
On the first time?
The first time? Oh yeah, the first time. Yeah, shit. If we don't went all the way to marriage? To marriage? We're talking about marriage. Marriage. Fuck that. If you cheat on me, fuck a divorce. It's getting deeper. I'm calling the goons. They run up in your crib, which was my crib, but I'm leaving. I'm taking myself off the lease. Then we run up in your shit. We taking a ring, necklaces, earrings, everything.
The thing that pops up in my head, one of them, is maybe physical abuse. I don't believe anybody should be in a relationship that there's physical abuse or rape or something in those terms.
When a relationship is toxic, when it is impacting negatively to your children, when it is not working out anymore, it's okay to break off. And I feel like that also kind of speaks to why it's difficult to hold on to this label and kind of the stereotype of marriage, just because when it doesn't work out, you feel shameful and you feel binded because you're married. This is supposed to happen. This is supposed to be great. Wedding, bells, honeymoon. But then reality hits.
Can I ask a question? What would be a way in which trust can be violated, and can that trust be re-earned?
Oh wow, there's the list is very long. There's financial infidelity. People hide money and accounts from people. They're not upfront about their people hide debt from people. That's a no-no. I wouldn't want to walk down the aisle knowing somebody has $70,000 in debt and they didn't tell me. This is because when you get married, that you assume that debt. So that's totally a no-no.
Stealing. Stealing from me is a no-go. You know what I mean? Don't steal. I mean, I'd rather you lie and cheat. But when you steal behind my back, it's quiet. I think stealing will make me divorce you ASAP.
I would file for divorce if Lala had a baby and it wasn't mine. I'm out. I can't put myself through that emotional roller coaster. Anything else I could probably deal with, some bullshit, but
really?
that, well, you know, we good though.
Of course, if he stepped out and had a baby with another woman, that, yeah, I'm definitely considering divorce at that point. Because for one, you had unprotected sex with your son.
I could put you in risk. Like, why would I do that? Like, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it does.
You've been out here faithful for a very, look, you've been together for like 8 years? Shit. She took my 20s, my 30s, you would take my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that 90 mark. But black men don't cheat. Word.
I don't believe in staying in any situation just because you were in the situation. Like I've seen people be married for extended periods of time and just be miserable for years on years on years in my family. And it's like, why are you guys even still together? Like,
so I learned this concept year 3, 5, and 7 are like very important integral years in the marriage, and I believe that now since after being through them. And you know, year 3 they say that's when the honeymoon starts to like fade out. You know, like that honeymoon phase. We're married. Oh my God, my last name has changed. Oh, Mrs. So-and-so. And then like, you know, year 5 is like, you're looking at the rhythm that you've picked up from year 3, because you start to get normalized. So in year 5, you're like, and like you start noticing everything. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, this is happening. Okay. You ask yourself, do you like that? And you start contemplating, like, you know, like, man, like I don't know if I want to do this, or you're okay with it, you're happy with it. And then you have year 7. And year 7 is usually that speed bump, that thing that happens, that somebody does, that's big. And either you're gonna get over it or it's gonna break you. And that happens at year 7. Because from year 5, you're thinking, you're trying to figure out if you want to still be in it. And then like during that phase, somebody messes up, and you're like, oh. So while I'm trying to figure out if I even want to deal with this rhythm, you want to go and do some fuckery, right? So now you just help me with my decision. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you. And then like that's when like either the other spouse wakes up, like, oh shit, man, I gotta get my act together. Like, you know what I mean? Like I really need to step my game up. And then when you get to double digits, honestly, you get to double digits, you start cruising. Honestly, it's like, shit, man, 10-year anniversary, baby. Let's go. On my 10th anniversary, I had the restaurant customize the menus, okay? I had our names on that shit, like, straight up. I wasn't joking. I'm like, yo, year 10, that shit was a journey to get to. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna celebrate this shit as hard as I can. And now, you know, year 11, I went to Vegas. Like 2 rebels. So yeah, there it is.
Now, if you don't feel more confident about the idea of marriage after watching this episode, I really don't know what to tell you, other than replaying this shit from the beginning. I'm kidding. Stay with me as we recap this thing on out. I have my own 2 cents to share. So if making a lifetime commitment in the idea of marriage makes your stomach turn and tighten up, it's totally normal. And better yet, you're not alone. I mean, it's a huge commitment, way bigger than starting a new career, buying a new car, moving across country, or even getting a house, because all of those things you can do dolo as fuck. But marriage, we're talking about marriage, involves you linking your everything to and with someone else. Lord, I'm getting dizzy. especially when I thought I'll be married by 23 or 24.
Oh my God.
But anyways, before I digress, I hope that for each and every one of you out there, after this episode, you come to a better understanding of your why behind wanting to get married, what you can actually bring to the table for your potential union, and last but certainly not least, come to grips with your breaking points. Because oftentimes, long-term relationships are often sensationalized. We miss major red flags and warning signs that in time turn into the reasons why we say, fuck it, I'm out. Or even worse, become quiet and docile. As you watch the life that you don't have pass you by due to settling.
Oh shit.
Now, regardless of your current relationship status, I hope that you can walk away with something advantageous that you can use and share with someone else. And being that I'm sure you did, as always, don't be fucking scared. Continue on passing the bluntness by sharing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Pass the bluntness. I think we got it all.
Bye.